Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited has embarked on a path of radical change. The board of directors, executive management, and the entire team at BPL recognize the serious operational difficulties facing our national utility. Hard decisions and painful choices are required. Those decisions and choices, however, will transform BPL into a springboard from which the Bahamian economy can soar to new heights. We're making the tough choices, and those hard decisions are bearing fruit as the team seeks to right the ship at BPL. The fiscal year began with a crisis. Summer of 2019 was marred by widespread load shedding on a scale that generated pervasive anger toward BPL. Here's what happened. We had prepared for the summer, including ensuring that we had sufficient generating assets available so we would not have to load shed. However, in addition to the fact that two of our larger generating assets had been rendered inoperable in a fire in fall 2018, load shedding became necessary before all the available generating assets were able to be brought to service. That includes those that were under scheduled and unplanned but necessary maintenance. Additionally, unplanned and unexpected challenges developed over the course of the summer at both Clifton Pier and Blue Hills. The load shedding was exacerbated by repeated failures of a number of machines, combined with high temperatures pushing demand and, in some cases, the inability to find parts for machines, which required intervention from consultants, specialists, and manufacturers over the summer and early fall. There were even problems with the rental generators brought in to supplement the BPL fleet. In the end, the months of sustained load shedding did significant damage to customer confidence in BPL and has had lasting effects on that confidence, even though the data shows a dramatic reduction in outages and a consequent improvement in generation reliability over the comparative time frame 1 year later. The men and women of BPL who worked throughout the summer of 2019 to keep the machines going and keep the electricity on are to be commended for their selfless dedication and incredible hard work in the face of unexpected odds. The team at BPL was determined that the events of summer 2019 never repeat themselves and went to work to ensure that the company was placed on a more secure footing moving forward. Here are some of the marquee accomplishments that move the BPL strategic plan forward and assist in righting the ship. The board and executives of BPL agreed that dealing with generation was the first priority in righting the ship. With that in mind, we initiated the chain of events which led to the creation of Station A. Our major moves this year begin with the construction and successful launch of the largest power plant ever built in the history of this company. Station A at the Clifton Pier Power Station is the first and most important element of BPL's generation turnaround strategy. Faced with a depleted generation fleet and looming summer peak temperatures, the new BPL management team decided that new generation was an immediate priority. With the advice of partner Shell North America, BPL contracted Finnish energy giant Wärtsilä to build and manage a new power plant at Clifton Pier. As of December 2019, when Station A came online, BPL had 7 state-of-the-art Wärtsilä engines pushing 132 megawatts of high-efficiency, low-emissions energy to the New Providence grid. In addition, once liquefied natural gas is available in the Bahamas, the engines at Station A will switch to burning LNG for an even higher energy efficiency rate. BPL commissioned the 35-megawatt General Electric TM2500 aeroderivative turbine at the Blue Hills Power Station in March 2020. This new gas turbine combines nimble responsiveness with faster power to the grid from cold start and a marked increase in efficiency, all of which helps to lower energy production costs. And as with the Wärtsilä engines, BPL will be able to switch the fuel driving the TM2500 to the cheaper and more environmentally friendly LNG when it becomes available. A special word on generation. BPL spent $96.8 million on Station A and $27.3 million on the TM2500 at Blue Hills. That expenditure resulted in the addition of close to 170 megawatts to our generation fleet, resulting in the following calculation. Clifton Pier Power Station counts for 202 megawatts. The Blue Hills Power Station, 96 megawatts. Aggreko rental units count for 105 megawatts, which means total New Providence generation is 403 megawatts. The traditional summer peak is between 240 and 250 megawatts. The highest peak BPL has ever recorded in New Providence was in 2017, and it was 248 megawatts. So the simple math is this. New Providence generation at 403 megawatts minus a maximum peak of 250 megawatts means we have a redundancy in generation of 153 megawatts, which is greater than industry standard N-2. The generation turnaround isn't just about big engines in New Providence. In September 2019, BPL awarded a contract to build the company's first ever baseload solar microgrid. It's on Ragged Island, and it's also one of the first in the Caribbean to feature Category 5 hurricane resilience, and it features over 90% renewable energy generation. The first solar power was sent to the grid in December 2019 as the solar field was completed and commissioned at gunpoint. It hasn't been all generation either. Over the past fiscal year, BPL worked diligently to strengthen its transmission and distribution networks. The new primary substation at Gladstone Road was built in response to an influx of commercial and industrial customers in the area, such as Bahamas Food Services and the Industrial Park, and as a result of newly built residential communities including Destiny Gardens, Jubilee Gardens, and High Point Estates. This expansion resulted in new commercial and residential load requirements that exceeded the capacity of the old station, requiring a new substation to allow for new loads, increased operational flexibility, and remote monitoring and control. The new upgrades at the Windsor Field substation were commissioned as a result of accelerating new development in western New Providence. This substation feeds all of West Bay Street from Blake Road west, including Westridge North and South, to Old Fort Bay, including LPIA, the Airport Industrial Park, and other new commercial developments along that corridor. Carmichael Road East and Coral Harbor are also fed from this substation. BPL undertook a major addition to its transmission network to provide for projected new customer demand associated with the new service request for The Point, a new resort and commercial development on Bay Street. At the same time, teams continued to work on the Arawak Key Development substation being installed to replace antiquated equipment at BPL's Fort Charlotte substation and to provide for increased load at the Arawak Port Development. Hurricane Dorian made landfall in the Bahamas at Elbow Key in the Abacos on September 1, 2019, and continued to pound the country for more than 48 hours, with forward motion slowing to 1 mile an hour at one point. The hurricane was a Category 5 monster, with sustained winds in excess of 185 miles per hour, with gusts exceeding 200 miles per hour. BPL first worked to get team members to safety, and began restoration efforts even before the official all-clear was sounded. Power was restored in South Abaco by September 27, 2019. North Abaco was powered up by November 4, 2019. The electricity supply to the hospital, government offices, airport, and water plant in Marsh Harbor, which are collectively referred to as the critical services, was restored on November 21, 2019. Since then, restoration work has been steadfast and unceasing, with our team members supported by workers from utilities around the Caribbean. The process has been arduous, given that the main backbone of the system had to be rebuilt in some places. But we are moving steadily closer to restoring full power to Abaco. BPL created a COVID-19 relief program for customers who were diagnosed with COVID-19, customers who were in COVID-19 related quarantine, and customers who had been laid off because of COVID-19. For these customers, BPL elected to defer payment for 3 months, beginning April 1st, 2020. Of special note, BPL also posted renewable energy tenders for the islands of Bimini, Eleuthera, Andros, and Inagua. These tenders mark the first phase of the company's multi-year program to introduce renewable energy into the Family Island energy mix. They provide multiple options for potential independent power provider or IPP project developers to bid on, ranging up to 4 megawatts in capacity. BPL has launched a digital transformation. In addition to expanded hours, The services facilitated by that digital transformation include the processing of applications for new electricity connections, the reporting of outages, and other emergency services. BPL is employing digital means to offer new payment solutions, to empower its workforce to better and more effectively respond to outages, to improve vendor relations, even to support human resources efforts. The percentage of customers using the secure encrypted portal for paperless billing has nearly doubled over the year, and BPL has launched phase 1 of its new call center, Call BPL, that's CALL BPL, or 225-5275. BPL is launching its own ATM payment solution and has reinvigorated its social media presence. BPL is on Facebook at MyBPL242, on Twitter at MyBPLBahamas, and on Instagram at Bahamas Power and Light 242. Our progress has not all been machines and technology. We have worked hard to develop capacity in our team members so that both the organization and our customers benefit from a well-trained, focused, and productive workforce. Our staff has helped us shoulder a burden that could easily be crippling, and together we have begun the monumental task of shifting the trajectory of BPL onto a path for growth, profitability, and service excellence. Despite what were clear setbacks and obvious challenges, BPL was able to hunker down and move its strategic goals forward in fiscal year 2019-2020. We could not have done so without our staff members with their hearts and minds in the work with us. The entire team at BPL continues to work to right the ship at the National Electrical Utility and to provide our customers with the reliable, low-cost, safe electricity that is our mandate. We appreciate the patience and encouragement of our customers, and we urge those customers and the broader community to continue to partner with us as BPL continues to build for better.